I have this guy, Ruff, UFO Hunters Worldwide. There's this guy on TV. His name's Blake Woods with a Z on the end. Again, Blak Woods. Woodz. I think I'm spelling that right. Anyways, he's brought up something really interesting that if you read the Bible, and it talks about with Ezekiel's wheel. I don't know if you ever heard that. It's in a section where this thing comes out and it's got like 4 faces on each side, and it's a 4-sided thing, and I think it's got a wheel on it. Anyways, Blake's talking about how even in the Bible it talks about all these weird structures that we're seeing. And I'll describe some of the things I've seen that's been presented on YouTube and stuff like that, and supposedly they're real things. But one was it was round, but it was like spinning inside. It was like a snake. It just keep going around in circles all around. And it's moving pretty quick, and it's like a figure 8 mixed in together like 4 times. I mean, just. And then, of course, your orbs, typical orbs. And then things that are shaped like a triangle. That's typical stuff there, right? And then you got your discs. But it's these little things that are kind of weird. Like this one object that was recorded, it looked like an eyeball, like an eyeball in the middle of it. And it's going through the sky. And I kind of question that. Is that computer generated? But the thing is, this isn't the first time this has been brought up. That's what's got me kind of wondering. And I keep hearing everybody saying this must be a spiritual thing that's going down with us and stuff like that. And again, like when you got like caveman, they don't know how to name something. I mean, they see an airplane, they think bird. They think bird. They don't think, airplane. They've never heard of the word airplane. So they know what a bird is. So they tell a story about the great bird that came in flying, and it roared like a lion. And, well, these are descriptions like I was talking about the other day about how the in the Indian, the Havanagia, if I'm saying Havanaga, anyways, ancient writings about how the world was at one time, and the Atlanteans were here. And supposedly they had flying machines, and then you had these people in India that had their flying machines, and they used a liquid mercury. And somehow they're able to block out or cancel or modify gravity so they can use this for a spaceship. What am I getting at? Well, is there similarities to what's going on? I mean, are we talking about something that's like, kind of like Captain Kirk when he was in his spaceship and, in the Star Trek, and this really weird thing kind of came to Earth, and it was making this really weird, like, it looked like a freaking sugar cone almost, and it was giving off these sounds, whatever. And they found out that for some reason they had to go into the past and go get a whale. A whale. Why a whale? So they'd go and get this whale, and they put this whale on a special glass thing, and they bring it forward to the future to put in the ocean. And the thing is, if this whale's not there, that this thing's going to blow the world up. And whales give off sonic sounds. And I guess this thing determines whether or not the Earth is worth keeping alive. I mean, because if you can't keep a whale alive, I guess you can't keep the world alive. I mean, we're talking some pretty bizarre thinking. But when the Bible describes something that's got four faces one side and it goes left to right, forward and backwards, and they call it Ezekiel, and I suppose this is like God, and this image that I'm describing to you um, has some very specific things about it that make me wonder how bizarre everything is in the world. I mean, our idea of reality is kind of messed up if you think about it, because we got this writing about weird things. Now we have these people showing these things. I mean, they're showing these things and they're saying they're real, and you're like looking at like a floating eyeball. I mean, I know I've seen an orb myself, but I never thought I'd see a creature sitting inside of something that has wheels going around it. I mean, think about it. Is that bizarre? That is just bizarre. I mean, so what meaning does it have? And this is something we got to think about. And I kind of believe that we are on an edge of like maybe believing in Jesus is important. I mean, I don't know. God put him here. Well, who is God? That's the whole thing. Was God an alien? I mean, I don't know. I mean, but there's only one God. That I agree with. But I kind of question the reasoning behind what is done. Sometimes things are so strange, so bizarre. You got to stop and say to yourself, is there something to it? I mean, take it and divide it by 12 and 1/20th of a percent. It's truth. And that's what I find in this world. I can't get a straight answer because, I am an older man and I can see through people. I can relate to why people would say the things they say because they're trying to get your attention. I mean, look what's going on with the media right now. The media will say any damn thing to get your attention, CNN especially. I mean, they're all trying to get your attention. So what they're doing is they're building a narrative to try to get your attention. And the point I'm saying is when you look at the Bible and stuff like that, the people that wrote these sections, and I'm talking about the ancient times, but the person that actually did the event, let's say this guy, he had a frog face, and anytime somebody would put a penny down, he'd stick his tongue out. So they make this image of a frog face after all these years. This is like, 5,000 years ago. They're trying to relate this story. The only way they can relate to the story is a frog just stick his tongue out. And that was it. That's all they say in the story. But I think there's a motive behind everything. And you got to look at things as a crime scene. What is the motive? I mean, if you look even like Muhammad and stuff like that, what was the motive? Why would they say all those things about hurting people that don't believe? I mean, come on, what kind of God is that? I mean, if you read the Quran, it just trips me out when I read a lot of stuff. I mean, I've read a lot of things in my time, but the Quran just like makes me think, he couldn't have been so violent minded. And then, even God, when you listen how in the Bible, how God told the Israelis to kill everybody in that community, and they refused to do it, which gives the character of Israel. And Israel's, they're fighters, and that's why that man was called Israel, because he fought with God. What is the motive of people to make you afraid of something? I mean, is there something to these things? Should we fear these things? I don't know. I mean, I got the feeling like if they wanted to hurt us, they would have hurt us a long time ago. And you would have heard about it. But they haven't. I don't see anything happening. And even if we try to hurt them, I don't think they're going to do anything back. I don't think that's their character. So I am hoping they're here for peaceful reasons. I mean, they could be, God's angels, I mean, all getting ready to pick us all up. Those of us that get to go heaven. and what is heaven, I don't know. But keep your open mind, keep watching because everything's so freaking fun to watch on TV anymore. I mean, I'm just enjoying the hell out of it, though it makes me fall asleep because they keep bringing up the same stuff over and over. Anyways, and don't forget, they shot a UFO down. That's gonna be my next talk. I can't wait to hear what they say about that.